A very good morning to you. Today is Friday and we have a special program this morning and we're going to be talking all things Toastmasters. The show is Business First and my name is Nyasha Munanga Tire. And don't forget, our program has been sponsored by CBZ Bank, who are our partners for success. And if you didn't know that CBZ now can give you hard currency for your Western Union. If you have loved ones and family sending you money from diaspora, you can collect hard cash from any of the 60 branches of CBZ that are dotted around the country. This morning, I am privileged to have in the studio the distinguished Toastmaster, Merryl Jubber. She is the District 74 Program Quality Director for Southern Africa and obviously representing Toastmasters International. Good morning, Merryl, and a very big welcome to Business First this morning.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
You're right. Okay, Merryl, we want to find out from you, if you can perhaps just take us back and explain to us what exactly is Toastmasters and just give us a brief history of what Toastmasters is.
Okay. Well, Toastmasters was started almost 100 years ago by Dr. Ralph Smedley in a very, very poor part of California at a YMCA. And what he realized is that the community there really needed to be able to find their voice. So he put together a program where they could learn to speak properly, present well, and also develop their leadership skills. This was the start to what is now known as Toastmasters International, which is worldwide.
Right, okay. So is it focusing on teaching people how to speak? Is that the primary reason why Toastmasters exists?
No. If you think about it, if you look at the website Toastmasters, the pay line is actually where leaders are made. So it really is about getting people to become better leaders and then communicators. If you think about it, if you are the CEO of a company, or even if it's just that you are the CEO of your own life, there are three skills that you need. One is that you need to be a compelling communicator. In other words, you need to be able to speak to people and get people to take action. You need to be an inspirational leader. You need to inspire people to do what you'd like them to do. And the third thing is you need to be able to be good with time management. And Toastmasters teaches you all those three skills.
Yeah, well, I think the time management is definitely very, very relevant to our demographic and our environment, really. Merryl, explain to us. Okay, so I introduced you as a distinguished Toastmaster, and you're in charge of the District 74 as Program Quality Director for Southern Africa. What does that mean?
Okay, so first of all, District 74, which is Southern Africa, is South Africa and 8 other countries: Zimbabwe, Zambia, Botswana, Mozambique, Lesotho, Malawi. So there are 9 African countries that form part of District 74. And obviously, people join Toastmasters for a reason. And their reason is either to become a better leader, to become a better speaker, or a combination of. And I'm in charge of the education program for District 74 to ensure that people actually know what the program is and how to use the program to the best of their ability. Toastmasters is a program where you do it at your own pace. So it really is a case of the more you put in, the more you get out. And so you can do things at your own pace, but obviously the more you put in, the more you'll get out of the program. And part of my role is to ensure that all the way down, right to club level, that the people are meeting the members' needs. In other words, helping the members to meet their goals, whatever those are.
Yeah. So is there curriculum?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And is that the education side of things that you develop?
Correct. So the curriculum with Pathways is our new education program, and it focused on both the education as well as the presentation skills. So you get given tasks that have a speaking component in it and also a leadership component in it, and you move up through the different pathway levels as you complete a task.
All right. So what are you trying to do with Toastmasters in Southern Africa? What is your current push?
For me, the most important thing is where leaders are made. And I really do believe if you look at throughout the whole of Africa, we are in desperate need of really good leadership.
Yes, absolutely.
And I do believe that those leaders will come out of the Toastmasters fraternity.
Right. And so what does that look like in terms of who you're appealing to? You do have a focus right now for corporates and corporate Africa. why should corporates come on board?
There's no doubt in my mind that if you are at the Toastmasters program and work through the Toastmasters program, you will, within a few months, see a big difference between your employees that are in the program and employees that are not in the program. Because the people that are in the program all of a sudden find their voice. They become better leaders, better team leaders, better communicators, and so in essence they are better at their job.
Right. And is this something that is developed at the actual corporate structure level, or is it something that feeds into the already existing clubs? So here at Heart and Soul, could we have our own Toastmaster club?
Any corporate could have their own Toastmasters club. There are a few restrictions, and those are really just statistical, because you need about an employeeship of about 200 to sustain a Toastmasters club. So as long as the company is around 200 or more, then we can comfortably sustain a Toastmasters club. If the company doesn't have 200 employees, then we suggest that you feed your employees into the existing community clubs.
All right. And I think the biggest question is, what is the benefit to an individual? Why should an individual consider becoming a Toastmaster?
For me, there is no doubt in my mind that Toastmasters will help you as an individual, whether you're part of a corporate club or a community club, become the best version of yourself.
Wow, I love that. That's absolutely awesome. And any requirements for you to become a Toastmaster?
The only requirement to become a Toastmaster is to be over the age of 18.
Right, and completely open to everybody else.
Yeah, and that's why it is incredible, because no matter which country you go to, Toastmasters clubs, be they corporate or community, really are representative of the diversity of that particular country.
Right, and just talk to us about the name Toastmaster. What is in the name?
It's actually quite funny, because there is really, in terms of historically, nothing in the name Toastmasters. It was a name that Ralph Smedley came up with, because part of the Toastmasters program is learning how to give a toast, but there's so much more to the program. So that's a name that Ralph Smedley came up with almost 100 years ago.
Wow.
And it stuck.
Wow. All right. So please share with us your journey with Toastmasters. How did you become a Toastmaster? When did you become a Toastmaster? And really, how has it impacted your life?
Okay, so I joined Toastmasters 28 years ago, and I always say to people, it's not because I'm a slow learner, it's just because there's so much to learn.
Yeah.
And so when I was at school, I was not one of those people who were shy, so I got full colours for oratory.
Wow.
And when I left school, I really just wanted a platform where I could speak, because I really enjoyed speaking. And of course, when you're in your 20s, you think you know everything. So I really went to Toastmasters believing that I knew everything, and Toastmasters was not going to teach me anything.
Right.
And 28 years later, I can honestly tell you, I have learned so much from Toastmasters. I have become exceptionally good at what I've done from a work point of view. My interaction and interpersonal skills are hugely developed compared to other people who are not part of the Toastmasters program.
Yeah, and this has taken you around the world.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, share with us some of that.
Well, as you move up in Toastmasters, you get to go on trips to do, like I am now from Cape Town, I'm in Zimbabwe, to actually come and help train the Toastmasters leadership. So on Saturday, for example, we're doing almost just a full mornings of the leadership training, helping, because every club has a committee, and that committee helps the member meet the members' needs and helps the members to achieve their goals. But obviously, they need to be trained in their different roles. So that's part of what I'm here to do this weekend, is to train the leaders of all the different clubs in Zimbabwe on how to take their club one step forward.
Wow, Merryl, thank you so much for coming and sharing your story with us.
Absolutely.
And I can say that Zimbabwe is definitely privileged to have you to come and share your knowledge and to share your expertise. And we hope that this will definitely strike someone who's watching and encourage them to become a Toastmaster.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's all I had for this segment. We are taking a break, and when we get back from the break, I will have Joel Gombera, who is also a Toastmaster, to share his experience and his journey. Please stay tuned.
I need money. So I'm turning my home into cash. And just like that, I can take my kids to school, do home improvements, or even invest in my business. Maybe you have some unexpected medical bills, or you want to buy a new home. You can get a loan based on the value of your property. Don't sit on money. Get a home equity loan from CBZ today.
To Business First, today is a special program. We are focusing on all things Toastmasters, and I am now joined by Joel Gombera. Joel is the division director who's representing Zimbabwe and Zambia in the Southern Africa Board. The show has been brought to you by CBZ Bank, who are our partners for success. And if you didn't know, CBZ Bank now offers hard cash for your Western Union. So if you have family and friends sending you money from diaspora, you can access any one of our 60 branches across the country. Our trading hours are 8 o'clock to 3 p.m. during the week and 8 o'clock until 11:30 a.m. during weekends. Joel, thank you so much for coming on to Business First. A very big welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Congratulations are in order for you for your election to Division Director.
Thank you so much.
All right. So, Joel, tell us, how did you get involved with Toastmasters?
I became a Toastmaster on the 1st of October 2006, right up to 2010, where I took a bit of a break, and I resurfaced in 2016, where something phenomenal happened in Zimbabwe, where we started the first corporate Toastmaster club in Zimbabwe.
Wow.
And it's CBZ Holdings.
Wow.
I work for CBZ Holdings.
Yeah.
So we happened to charter the first club in Zimbabwe in 2016. Right now, other corporates are following suit as well. We've got Corporates Club at KPMG, at Deloitte, we've got Old Mutual, we've got at Econet. So the trend is growing, yes. But CBZ were the pioneers in terms of starting an in-house Toastmasters club.
Yeah, well, that's absolutely phenomenal. So how big has the in-house Toastmaster club grown at CBZ?
Right now, we started off with a membership of 20, which is the minimum required to start a club. Right now, we are sitting on 36. So
Wow.
we've got 36. And we are targeting staff members that generally represent us at events. They do presentations on behalf of the group. They go and sell our products. So they need to develop their leadership and communication skills. Hence that growth from 20 to 36.
So, Joel, tell me, why is it important for anyone to join Toastmasters?
That's $1 million question. Apart from honing your leadership skills, Nyasha, each time that you are called to speak, you develop butterflies in your stomach.
Yeah.
It's a natural reaction. But Toastmasters helps you make those butterflies fly in a specific format as you deliver an effective presentation.
Wow. I've never heard it like that. And hopefully these butterflies I'm feeling right now will fly in the right one.
Yes.
So tell us, as executive director, in fact, division director, representing Zambia and Zimbabwe, what's been the uptake in the two countries for Toastmasters?
When I joined Toastmasters in 2006, there were no clubs in Zambia. And in Zimbabwe, we just had two clubs, Executive Toastmasters Club and Engineers Toastmasters Club. But over the years, there's been phenomenal growth. We are looking at 28 clubs and counting.
Wow.
Between Zimbabwe and Zambia. Zimbabwe is hitting 22 very soon, and Zambia has got 8 clubs.
Wow.
And each club has got a minimum of 20 members. So you can see the phenomenal growth since 2006.
Yeah. So what's the experience? Who are you seeing? What type of person are you seeing taking up to Toastmasters?
The young professional who is starting out,
Yeah.
those that are executives in their different companies, Toastmasters is for everyone. I've gone to conferences in South Africa where Toastmasters testify that I've been a Toastmaster for more than 40 years. It's a lifelong learning experience. You can never say I've arrived in terms of developing your leadership and communication skills. Each day that you come through to a Toastmasters meeting, one of our DTMs, Edmond Gamdani from Zimbabwe, always says, when you attend a Toastmasters meeting, it's like you have read 3 books in one night.
Wow.
Because people come and share their experiences. You've got different speakers. People take up leadership roles, and you're actually able to observe. Even if it's coming just to observe and see how Toastmasters is all about, they walk away enriched, even without taking part in the communication and leadership session.
Yeah.
Just by coming to observe, you learn so much. So imagine if you come to observe and then you take that step and take action and start participating in the program. There will be phenomenal growth in terms of your leadership, in terms of your presentation skills.
Yeah. So what your focus right now? Who are you targeting? What's your call to individuals? Which type of people are you appealing to? Would you like to see participate more in Toastmasters?
I've interacted with colleagues and friends who always say to me, I'm not a good speaker, so I can't come to Toastmasters. And we are saying, look, it's a laboratory where you can come in and make as many mistakes as possible in a supportive environment. Toastmasters, we are synonymous with clapping a lot. People, when they come to our meetings, they're always saying, you're always clapping. I remember someone who joined Toastmasters because they stayed close to where a Toastmasters club met. And they got curious. These guys are always clapping on a Thursday evening. What is it about them? Why we clap at Toastmasters? We want to encourage each other. We are saying when you go into the world, there are no second chances. So rather come to a supportive Toastmasters environment. You can learn, you can discover speaking and leadership skills that you have and those that need development. So it's a laboratory where you can come and experiment and learn. When you go for a conference, when you go for that meeting, you are chairing that board meeting, you are chairing that meeting, you are able to deliver because you have had that experience where you have learned in the laboratory.
Wow, and it's, I guess, a safe environment
It's a
for
safe
learning.
environment, yes.
Yeah, wow. So for corporates, what are you? What's your encouragement for corporates currently in terms of trying to grow the clubs within corporate Zimbabwe?
Toastmasters is a cost-effective way of developing your staff. Unlike other training programs, which are maybe 2 days or a month or a couple of months, Toastmasters is lifelong learning experience. That means every meeting that your employees attend, they are growing it, and it's cost-effective in terms of the numbers, in terms of the investment that the company invests.
Yeah, and just talk to us about the global trends. I know Forbes 500.
Yes, more than 60% of Fortune 500 companies have invested. Your Google, they've actually invested in setting up in-house. If you go to South Africa, I mean, there are quite a number of companies, your Sanlams, your Absas, your Standard Bank, they've invested in setting up Toastmasters Club. And the trend is beginning to grow in Zimbabwe. We can do better in terms of corporates investing in their employees and starting up a Toastmasters Club.
Okay, Joel, I know you have an outreach program that you are hosting tonight. Can you just give us some details about it?
Yes, tonight those who want to learn more about Toastmasters, one of our clubs, Champions Club, they meet at Spaces College every Friday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. But just to accommodate those that are interested in finding out about Toastmasters, you are free to come. There is no financial investment. Just show up at Spaces College at 5:30 p.m. and we'll be there up to 8 p.m. and you can be able to learn all about Toastmasters. I'll be one of the speakers. Our previous speaker was here on the first segment, Merryl, who will also do a presentation as well as other Toastmasters. So you can actually come and demystify Toastmasters tonight.
Yeah, excellent. Where to from now? For somebody who's heard about Toastmasters and feels that this is something that they need to invest in their lives, where can they go to get more details in terms of how they can sign up?
We've got our district website for Southern Africa. That's www.toastmasters74.org.
Right.
I'll repeat that again, www.toastmasters74.org. I'll also share my personal email in case you want to send an email, jgombera@cbz.co.zw.
All right.
That's jgombera@cbz.co.zw, and I can be able to furnish you with more information on how to start a Toastmasters Club or how to become a member of Toastmasters.
All right. Thank you so much, Joel, for coming on to Business First this morning and sharing with us all things Toastmasters. That's all the time that we had this morning for Business First, and that was Joel Gombera. He is the Division Director for Southern Africa, representing Zimbabwe and Zambia. And if you would like to become a Toastmasters, please go ahead and use those details that have been given to get more information and sign up. Our show was brought to you by CBZ Bank, who are our partners for success. Thank you for joining us. Until Monday, it's goodbye and God bless.
Thank you.